Hello and welcome, YouTube and DIYers. So, obviously, I said I would get around to this a few years back, and I haven't due to personal issues, but here I am, and here we go. So, before you are going to clear coat any car, obviously, you're going to have to lay your base coat down first, tack down any panels that are based, that are going to be having cleared applied to them. Make sure you do this thoroughly. You can also use air from your gun to help blow any particles that might be in between the seams of the doors, stuck to the tape or paper that may be within the jambs if you use foam, or in between the cracks, like behind that glass window there that I have pulled back with some edge tape. And basically, you just want to go over the surface and make sure that it's as smooth as you can get it, as dust free as possible, and always wear gloves because the oil from your hands can really do, or I should say produce negative effects on your clear coat. You can wind up with fish eyes, or I mean, you name it, stains, anything can be on your hands. You just don't want to contaminate that surface. So first things first, you're going to tack it down. I like to store my tack rags in a relatively clean area. I like to put them in a bag or some place safe where they're not going to get dirty. The gun I'm using is a DeVilbiss Pro Light. Has a digital gauge on it. I don't know if you guys can read that. I set that at 21 pounds. But 21 pounds with a full fan is equal to about 27, 28 psi at the inlet. I've tested it with a regular gauge now. This is a 1.3 tip, and you're going to want to stay about anywhere between 4 to 7 inches from the panel, depending on what type of finish you're trying to achieve. Now, remember, in the refinish industry, you're not trying to go for that flat, wet look. You want to reproduce the OEM finish. That's what we get paid to do. Although I've never had a customer complain that the car was too smooth. I have heard of people tell me this in the past, that it has happened to them. But yes, as far as I know, if it were my car, I wouldn't be upset, but you never know. So my rule of thumb is basically treat it like it's your mom's car. You want to just make it as nice as you can, so make sure that the customer goes away happy. That's the main thing. Also, when you are clear coating doors or any multi-panel surface, you're going to notice I go past the cutoff of the door panel. So when I did that first coat over the front door, I went about halfway past into the back door. And the reason for that is because I don't want to get excessive buildup of paint on the edges. I don't know if you've noticed on some paint jobs, you'll see a rather thick line on the edge of the door panel or whatever edge may be there. So just continue your stroke and kind of fling it out as you would a color blend. And I like to do a kind of a 70-75% overlap. It works for me. I mean, every painter is different, and to me there is no wrong way to paint as long as you produce quality results. It's really just down to how you spray and your own technique and what you're comfortable with. I mean, sometimes on some days I'll spray as low as 19-18 pounds of clear at the gun for clear coat. For base coat, I usually generally spray anywhere from 18 to 23 pounds. I try to keep it low. This is a modified cross flow booth. I don't have a downdraft. Now this is going to be the second coat of clear. Again, watch the stroke as I pass the front door. Right there, I'm pointing out where I had to dig out a piece of my hair because also you should always be suited up and masked up for your own protection. Isocyanide is a terrible chemical. You don't want to get that on your skin or in your lungs. But
first coat kind of acts like glue.
Nobody's perfect, and that definitely includes me. So here we go. Notice how I'm gonna go past the door. There we go, right there, past it, and come back in. That's so that we don't get that buildup along the edge. Now, what you don't see me doing, and I should have done right away, is spray that front edge of the door panel, the vertical edge going up to down, or down to up, whichever way you want to spray. Some guys like to speed up around the door handles, or just to avoid any type of run or any type of paint problem that might occur inside of that handle area, because it's a tough spot to buff. I myself just run it over. I don't usually have problems with that, but if you find yourself getting runs over there, you can either back off a little bit or speed up. Either way, that's gonna help you to get less chances of a run over there. Now, when I clear coat cars or bumpers or anything, I kind of like to wrap it like a present. So I don't like to back tape off of an edge like the top of the roof and then pull it when it's still wet. Every once in a while I'll do it. I also don't like to do burn-ins with clear coat because, in my opinion, at the end of the day, why are you going to cut off your clear coat on the A-pillar when you've only got about 3 feet left, to just finish your quarter panel? I see that all the time, and I just don't understand it. But at the end of the day, if that's what your boss is telling you to do, then hey, you gotta listen to your boss. I got a really cool boss. That's just my trip. I'm a lucky guy. My shop is really cool. We have a lot of good stuff. This clear coat, I don't mean to down it, but I'm not a big fan of it. It's the G2 7900S or something like that. But yeah, it's a Chroma Exalta Clear Chromax. We switched over from Standox. In Hawaii, it's very humid, and the reps even came out and they were having trouble getting it to not fisheye, so we had to switch over to something else in the same product line category. So here you see me just kind of pulling it in and just quick and just get out of there. That's kind of how I just do those little edges. Now ideally I'd have the bag taped to the ground. I was in a rush this day, and this is what I mean by wrap it like a present. I like to go over the edge, and that way the weak spot in the clear is going to be hidden under that roof molding, and any chances of peeling won't happen. Now also, you want to make sure that everything is scuffed properly in any place that clear is going to land, and that means inside of jams, anywhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know below, and you guys have a good day. Aloha.